What is up, little num nums? King Num Num here, bring you guys the batter tutorial. Now, a lot of my friends would say that I have mastered batter, and yes, I know he comes out in rank next week, but before he comes out, I want everybody to know how to play him if you do want to play this very fun character. Now, starting off with the build you can be running in ranked, I do suggest running a tied build. Why I suggest a tied build is because I still look at this character as a rescue character with this decoding debuff he does have. We'll talk about his traits a little bit later in the video, but for now, you see with this tied build, I am actually running borrow time, tied, and keep this in mind, I have one knee jerk flex. The reason why I run this in ranked is because you see that I have that one sticker up at the top, and below that I will be running distress. Now distress can come really in clutch and ranked when you get shared that all the other survivors can see where the other survivors are. Why I say this is clutch is because a lot of people mess up Cypher Rush, etc. You need to know who's going for the rescue, and that can handle a lot, especially for people that solo queue. You know, I'm counting everybody in this build, but I do have another build which actually has max knee jerk flex, which will help you more in the kiting aspect if you do take that kite. But for batter, I see him as a really good transition character, and I'm going to show you that with some clips, and I'm going to show you how he can rescue. But for now, those are the two builds I suggest. Now, moving forward into his 4 traits, his first one is Cricket Bat. Now, with this ability, he has a Cricket Bat and gets 3 balls, and the balls have a 10-second cooldown after you use one. It takes time to power it up, roughly around 3 seconds, and I just think it is really helpful when you need to transition kite. This is not being in burst form. A lot of people love his burst form. I like to call it Super Saiyan, but one thing to keep in mind is that you can pick that ball up, especially if you're tight kiting. You can go back around and pick it up. If there are multiple batters in quick match, you guys can pick up each other's balls. No homo. I just wanted to say that. But the hunter can break it like he is doing there, and it's kind of like a dancer's box. I don't know the rough estimate time, max maybe 5 seconds, but it will give you enough time to transition to another area. And yeah, just make sure you're using them wisely. And I think another thing to keep in mind is that do not just use them and then never go pick them back up. That's kind of stupid. Obviously, you want to go back. Now we're going to jump straight into this first ability called Rampage. You see me go into it now. I like to call it Super Saiyan. It lasts about 20 seconds. And when you actually use your cricket ball bat and you stun them, you cannot pick up the ball anymore. So that basically makes it automatically destroyed when you hit them into an obstacle. They become stunned, and it lasts about 3 to 4 seconds. And yeah, just keep that in mind, you guys. Last thing I'll go over about his first ability is if the hunter is bringing rage, your stun will not last as long. Now moving on to his second trait, which is athletic. This is why people compare him so much to Ford, is because you get a vaulting speed boost increase, which is 20%, and you get a pallet like dropping down, I guess you could say, like pulling speed is also 20%. So yeah, moving on to his third ability, altruism. Basically, you have to be 18 meters away from whoever's getting chased, and if they actually get hit during that time period, you will get a speed boost. That's 50% increase for 10 seconds. Now you can do anything to your heart's content. You can harass if you've popped your cipher, you know, etc. Now I know it says 60 seconds is the waiting time for you to get that speed boost back, but I've realized a lot in customs and quick match, it's only roughly around 50 seconds. I don't know if they meant to do this or I'm counting wrong, but yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys another clip of altruism in effect. Now, one thing I do want to debug that is false is when someone takes a hit while you are in the chair 18 meters away, you will not get that speed boost when you get rescued. Like, I really thought this was for real, so I was like, yeah, he's broken. But then I tested it out and it did not work out that way. And yeah, just keep that in mind, you guys. Best way to use it is to help someone harass so they can transition to another area. And yeah, honestly, playing him has been a really fun experience. I know it's going to be a little bit different in ranked. And yeah, I just cannot wait for him to come out. What are your guys' thoughts about him? Let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, we will be going towards his 4th trait, which is basically the decoding debuff, is why I look at him as a rescue character. It is called All Thumbs, and it's pretty much a 20% decoding debuff. And if you want to put this in perspective of Gravekeeper, who is meta, his is 15. So yeah, you see the downside of him a little bit, but I love this donut skin. I know it's just beats here, What do you guys think about it? I mean, obviously his S tier is cold, but yeah. But moving forward, after we got all that technical stuff out the way, we can go more over like strategies and like what will help you during in-game, or like tips and tricks I've noticed. And one thing is that window stuns are where it's at, you guys. When I tell you, when you want your teammates to die, two places. Either near a window, as you can see here, watch me hit this stun, or in the open. Now without burst form, you can hit him while he tries to do the picking up animation, and near windows they can easily vault and create distance, or if they die in the open. Now keep this in mind, this is why he reminds me a bit of Wildling, is without that burst form, and if he dies in the open you can easily hit that stun. Now coming to the forward aspect, when he is in burst form, he will go for that 3 to 4 second stun on that pickup animation, or if he also is just picking him up and trying to take him in a chair, you can also hit it like that as well, just like forward, you guys. But keep in mind that if he does have rage, you're kind of screwed. And remember, one tip I realized was do not harass when someone dies early, because you see me go right there, right, without burst form, and they could have easily got smacked right away. But just keep in mind that you will feed presents early to Bonbon, Sculptor, etc. People you do not want to give presents to, because they are deadly when they have it. You see here that he can be used really good and really effective if you know how to use him. And best thing about him to me is his kiting ability. Like if a hunter's chasing you, even though you have Tide, like there's just no way. Like trust me, if you know how to tight kite, you are good to go. Now I know a lot of questions I've been asked was, is he better than forward? And in a sense, he's non-meta like I said. I think forward is more reliable, and in a sense, I just think batter can be countered easier compared to forward. And like I said, that reliability really matters in tournaments. But I think in ranked, like if you guys are playing him and you play him good and know how to play him and like, you know, master him, I think he could be deadly, and I think he's going to annoy the hunters really badly. Now another clip I want to talk about here is, you see me go for the stun, right? And one thing to keep in mind is you can stun him out of recovery like I just did there. Always keep that in mind, you guys, because you don't want to do that. And that's what reminds me of Prospector. Now this right here is just me casually kiting, but hopefully you did enjoy this batter tutorial. If you did, make sure to like and share with your friends or anybody that wants to learn him. I don't know if I should push first batter. You guys let me know in the comment section below. And other than that, yeah guys, he does remind me of Prospector forward and Wildling combined. And I just think it was really good character design, and I just love this donut skin. If you peep, he does have some donut earrings. He has the donut chain. Like, I feel like he's just built different. And keep in mind, guys, against Sculptor and Bonbon, it's going to be really hard to harass. But other than that, remember guys, I'm Noomer and I'm out.